You always have to think about the future. Even if they're paying good money now, yes, it's cool, but you don't want to jump into a job that's paying you six figures and then next year you don't have a job. You want to get into something that you know for a fact within the next 10 to 15 years, which most people do stay in a field for, or even 20 years to where you can retire. You want to make sure that you do have a job at the end of the day. So now coming to talk about AI and technology and job security specifically, you have to look into a field that's going to secure you as well, right? So you got to think more tech-based, because that's where the future is looking towards, or more physical-based to where technology cannot seep in. So when you talk about college degrees, right, specifically, there's certain aspect of those degrees that don't make any sense for how much money that you're putting up, right? So let's say the average tuition fee over the course of the term, or when you get to your degree and be able to get into that field, let's say it's 50K, right? For most people, right? It could be more, could be probably a lot more, depending on where your college is, right? Because, you know, a lot of people do it online or could do community college for half their career and then go into for your degree, whatever happens.
I don't want to be too anal, but I think we should consider the fact that tuition isn't the only expense. You know, you're paying for other things as well as the time you're spending. All that has a monetary value.
Yes.
All of that has a monetary value.
Let's say it's
so
like
it costs you $70K tuition for 4 years, right, to get that degree. It's also costed you 4 years of not making money. Mm-hmm. It's also costed you a lot of, you know, different moments of where you spend money extra for whatever you need, necessities plus food, plus, you know, the casual things, the regular things you need.
So let's put like this.
The 4-year college experience should be calculated at an average of like $25K a year.
Yes. So now I would say this, right? And even like opportunity costs, you're losing out on certain opportunities because you're going to college. Yeah. Let's say that, right? But let's put it in this category as an investment, because college is an investment. If you're going to go for more education, it's an investment, right? So that investment of, let's say, between 50 to 100K before you 4 years, right? Now, when you look into an investment, when you're spending all that money, you got to look at the ROI on that, right? So for some degrees, right? Let's say education is maybe one, right? Journalism is probably two. Don't ever go in that field. That's the dumbest field that you
Arts and psychology.
Yeah, psychology and all that other stuff. It's the dumbest field you could go in. Unless you have a connection that you know for a fact that you're going to get a job and you have pieces that you could use, or maybe a social following that you can have your own services within that field, then cool, right? To say that you are professionalized in doing so. But when you think about ROI on an investment for your education, you got to think about it as such. Like, how much am I going to be making when I started? What's the possibility of me landing a job? What's the job security in that field that I'm going for?
What's the growth opportunities look like?
Exactly. So, like, I would say this as a college free, just to get it out the way. And for people going into college, there's only like 5 major degrees that you should be actually like going into, and maybe might have a very good security, right? Medical field, anything to do with business that's outside of marketing, right? Marketing is good, but you should learn that on your own. Finance is probably better.
Yeah, you don't need to go to college for marketing.
Finance or accounting. Those are the only 2 in business that you definitely should go for if you want more security, right? You can always branch out after that, right? Engineering is another one. And I would say tech. Anything tech-wise. Cybersecurity. I would not say regular IT, because that's actually getting outplaced by a lot of AI now. But cybersecurity, coding, all of that specifically, it's going to be needed for future. Anything with a human input is going to always be there. Right?
And I do want to add, specifically for the developers, software engineers, stuff like that, coding, right? Let's stick to that. Yes, there is a lot of AI replacing that. But one, it'll never be able to achieve the human aspect of it, where you could proofread your code. No matter how good AI gets, you still need a human
to make sure,
give it the green light of, okay, this is ready to go. And even at that point, it's usually not that perfect. It still needs changes and whatnot, but that's another topic. I don't want to go into that. But again, so for those worried, my point is, for those worried about, AI is replacing the need for software developers and programmers and coders and stuff. It's not. It's changing what it looks like, but it's not replacing the need. Now, if you're willing to learn, the fact that you're even in a field like that means that you're capable of learning at a quick rate and at a successful rate. So
And adapt
all
to
you
the
have to
rate.
do is adapt to the changes that AI is causing, and you'll be just fine. Your job is not being eliminated, it's being changed. So if you could pick up and adapt to that, you'll be just fine. If not, you'll be one of the happiest people in the workforce,
Yes.
because AI will make your job, one, more enjoyable, more fulfilling, and more simple and easy.
Yes. So now with the going to college experience, right? We don't want to get too much on that specifically. That could be your own thing. Do your own research and make sure you're making the best decision for yourself, right? The second thing, which in the college field, which goes for all of life, right? Outside of you getting your education, networking is going to be your best friend. Actually, it might be more important than getting
It
your
is.
degree.
It is.
Because if you don't have the type of people in your corner to put you in the right opportunity spaces, you're never going to have that opportunity to get the right job that you need within your life to start out, right? So when you're in college, making friends, this, and the third, I would say this. You can have your fun people here. You have your people that you have to associate yourself with just to get through college. And then you have your people that could be in your corner that you're going to be lifelong friends. Focus on those lifelong friends and partners within your college education, let's say, experience, because those are going to be the people that solidify your future. The wrong people in the wrong corners are going to put you in a bad corner if you don't think about those as such, right? So those should be the most important people in your life, right?
Absolutely.
Going out through the entirety of your life. So if you learn how to network with people in college and you gather that skill, because it is a skill, that'll transcend your entire career, right? And there's a lot of people like, all right, let's say this. You get out of college, you got your degree, you work in the field because you have this connection, whatever have you, right? You make multiple other connections. You can secure yourself by networking if you don't understand that. You
It's
could
the ultimate
definitely
security.
secure yourself with networking, because if you have a friend in a corporation that's very well vast and known, if you ever get let go from this job, maybe you could go work for him. And if you don't work for him, he knows other people.
You always got somewhere to go.
Exactly.
Someone to go to and somewhere to go. And I don't know what world some people are living in, but honestly, your skills, your education, I mean, skills are obviously very important, but I'm saying your background, all that, it all doesn't amount to what some people call luck, right? When it comes to, job security and, the security of your future. None of those things amounts, none of those elements equal what networking can do for you, right? Two people could be equally skilled. If not, one of them might be less skilled a little bit, but if they have the right people around them, if they know the right people, they have the right connections, they're good at making that human to human connection, that human to human friendship, relationship, partnership, whatever it may be, right? That's always the golden standard. That's always going to put them in a position where they can be at their jobs, right? Either they're already in a good environment, or if they're not, those are the people who have the easiest time saying, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm going to go find somewhere where it's better. Because when you have that networking, when you have that group of people going on, then you'll be fine when it comes to job placement, job opportunities, career opportunities. All that comes to you, right? When you're a good people person.
And I would say it's talking about job opportunities, right? We're going to get into not in the college aspect of it, which might be most people's trajectory, but a lot of people don't really look into this, and this is like a past thing, but the trades, right? If you need somebody to come fix your toilet, if you need somebody to do your lighting in your house, if you need somebody to do your HVAC, or in lighter terms, your AC or heating within your house, right? Welding, mechanic to fix your car. Those are jobs that transcend time, right?
Untouchable.
They're never going to be replaced by a machine aspect, not in our lifetime at least, right? And those are jobs that are secure, because this is the thing about trades, right? Get very good at the trade that you pick, and something that you're willing to literally exhaust most of your hours to become a master at it. Because once you become a master at it, right, you can actually start your own business and make triple to quadruple or 10x your money, right? And a lot of people don't
And
look
easier too.
easier. Yes. Because if you become a master at your class, and this is why I say networking is a thing. If you are very, very, very good at what you do when it comes to a trade, the word would speak for you, right? You will get endless amount of clients to the point where you can literally form your own business, hire your own people, and now you are making way more money than you would have ever done when you would have went through your college degree.
Absolutely.
So that's a job, and it'll always be secure. So look for that trade, and it's usually cheaper. Actually, not usually. It is cheaper to get a trade than it is to get a full boat 4-year college degree.
And most of the time in your journey of, or I could even say confidently say 100% of the time, your journey of becoming a master at whatever trade it is, you're making money. So
Yeah.
it's not just cheaper and just raw
Yeah.
cost, right, of the education, the time. It's not just cheaper in that way. You're also participating and gaining hands-on experience as well as money. You're
Yes.
profiting, earning money while you're reaching that status of
So I will say
master.
this. There's some professions which the majority vast population will not ever get to, or it might even take a long time before they get into it,
Yes.
right? But if you go into a trade, you will make more hourly than anyone else that has a college degree.
100%.
And that's 100% fact. You want to know why? You make your own time. Your time is your money. So whatever your classifications are within that trade, you could see fit of what you want to charge for that job.